Today on the show, we are talking wellness with our wellness team expert, Dr. Brian Rodgers from BodyRenu, and we are going to be talking movies, Netflix, Hulu, all the platforms, Disney Plus, giving you all the good information on movies coming out, all the way you can spend your time, and Trip has Snowbird stories.
The season has started. It couldn't be better.
Here we go. All this and more happening right here, right now on Talk365TV.
And welcome back to the show, Trip Mitchell, Holly Love, and you mentioned TV.
Yes.
Have you been watching The Mandalorian?
Yes, we have. It's been so much fun.
So Snowbird opened up just a little while ago, and they have changed that mountain completely. They brought in experts to make sure that everyone is totally safe on the mountain. They've changed lines. Everyone is wearing a mask.
Well, you have to figure it out to be able to run a business and not have this thing shut you down.
And they have done an amazing job. So my job yesterday was to make sure that people were wearing their masks all over. Yeah, as you ski down the hill before you get into the new lift lines, which are configured for separation. Make sure. And so what I wanted to do is I've got a little baby Yoda, and I wanted to wear it in my chest pack, thinking that how could anyone
hate you if you
got a baby Yoda? I never had to talk to a soul. Everyone wore a mask everywhere.
Oh, that's so good.
Great social distancing.
Well, it's cold and you wear a mask anyway when you're skiing, so it's not like you're having to totally introduce something crazy to them, right?
Well, this is really important. Having a successful ski season for Utah is really important because everyone from the lodging industry, the equipment industry, people have been hurt so much. So the fact that Snowbird and our owner and Dave Fields, our general manager, worked really hard to do this, it's fun to see a plan come together.
Good. How is the body? I mean, let's talk body here, Trip, because you have new shoulder, new knee. What else did you get new? New hip.
New hip, yeah.
2 hips or just one?
Just one.
Just the one.
So
Are you all right side?
No, I balance it out.
You've mixed it out? Okay.
So yesterday was the first day I've skied pain-free in 8 years.
Wow.
Tuesday night.
You are like a walking billboard for joint replacement surgery.
TOSH, everyone over there. Holly at Rasmussen's office is the best. So I've got 2 Hollies in my. It's you.
She does your hips, and I give you a hard time about them.
Exactly.
There you go.
Holly, thank you, Dr. Rasmussen. You're the best.
That is awesome. That is an awesome referral because people out there in a lot of pain obviously need to have a good place to go.
Well, it's funny. Craig, my business partner on the TV station up here, was up and it was talking about how great the medical care is in Salt Lake City, and it's just second to none. And that the joke in Vegas is that Southwest Airlines is the #1 medical provider, because if you get sick, you fly to Salt Lake. You don't do anything in Vegas.
I know, I've heard that as well. But I heard IHC is moving down there, so maybe they're making it a little easier.
If they do, they will take over.
I think it's happening. But don't quote me. We'll figure that out as we come. More to come after this break. We are going to be talking movies, so you're not going to want to miss it.
I'm Chris Berman, and welcome back to the biggest auto protection show on earth, brought to you by CarShield. If your car is out of warranty or close to expiring, you could get stuck paying thousands for an engine, transmission, or computer system breakdown. But when you have CarShield, you'll never pay for covered repairs again. CarShield makes sure you don't have to pay for expensive car repairs, and that's why I'm a CarShield customer.
Call 800-970-1872. This is important news for people who took certain drugs for HIV and then suffered serious injury to their kidneys or bones. If you or a loved one took Truvada, Viriad, Atroplus, Stribild, or Complera and were then diagnosed with kidney disease, kidney failure, bone fractures, bone density loss, or softening of the bones, call Davis & Crump right now to see if you're eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Our first consultation is free and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call Davis & Crump right now. Operators are standing by.
Talk365 TV's Classic Movie Minute with Todd Summers. And welcome back to the show on this beautiful morning, if you're watching in the morning. Twice daily here on the CW.
It's true. We
both times morning.
Bookend your day, 5 a.m. and 1 a.m. 1 a.m. is like my mom's favorite. She finally watches our show now.
I came home from hockey the night, and 12:30 in the morning, you can't get to sleep. It's always good to watch the show.
You watch little 2.5 Men, then you roll into us. It's just a great way to go to sleep at night. What can I say if you're up late?
It's funny. We'll get to movies in just a second.
Okay.
When you miss a show on its first run, 2.5 Men was on
Men.
whatever on CBS, and then all of a sudden it's syndicated 5 days a week.
And you get addicted.
Bingo.
You're like, I need to know what's happening, especially when it's not on Netflix or something.
Well, 2.5 Men did not get the critical reception, but people loved it.
Oh my gosh. Did it really not? It wasn't like critical acclaim?
No, because it was kind of, sleazy and edgy.
It's got Charlie Sheen.
Exactly. And
yeah.
the woman who played the housekeeper just passed away a couple weeks ago.
Really?
But
she was phenomenal.
She had the best lines. It's funny, one character will always have the best lines, and they all go to her.
Right. Well, because she could get away with it. She could say
could.
anything, absolutely. Well, we can't tell you to binge that except for on CW30 before you watch our show, so definitely go there for that show. But we have been watching The Mandalorian. We mentioned that earlier, and can we I have to say it, the obvious, Baby Yoda.
You have not done this yet, I bet, and you need to.
What?
So after you finish, go to the director's cut. They interview all the actors and all the directors, and it is beyond belief. Especially go to the directors. They have 5 different directors who do it, including
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, it is so good. And then they interview the actors, and Gina Carano, I happen to know her father. Her father played in the NFL and then owned a casino, and that's where, when we do the high school state championships, we'd always stay with him, and he'd hang with us. And he mentioned his daughter was going to be an MMA fighter, and she was the first, and now she's doing a great job. She was in Deadpool as well.
Oh my gosh, I love her in Deadpool. So speaking of actors in masks who get paid to wear just a mask, I watched V for Vendetta with Andy. We had a V for Vendetta night. I don't remember that movie. It came out in 2005, and it's on Netflix right now, and it is very, very telling of the time we're in right now. A lot of conspiracy theorists are like, watch it, because it was a precursor to what's happening right now. It's just very much about a virus, and the virus was started by somebody. It's not like any different than anything else anyone else has heard about. But anyway, any other faves before we go?
Just finished watching the new season of Fargo last night.
Ooh, I've never watched even a single episode.
Fargo is truly amazing. Chris Rock, if he doesn't win an Emmy for this season, something is entirely wrong. He was brilliant. But 11 episodes this year, set in Kansas City in the 1950s, or 1950 and 51. And it's about how the African-American mob tried to take over from the Italian mob.
Wow.
So it's definitely, there's some stuff in there that is not suitable for people under the age of 15.
Right.
But it's brilliant television.
What channel? Where do you get it?
FX, I believe.
Not shocking at all.
Yeah.
And has there been multiple seasons?
Yeah, 4 seasons, but each story is completely different.
So if you're bored and you want to find something new, not only do we recommend all of the things we've told you so far, but also Todd has your classic movie minute if you're looking for something, classical. Here you go.
Hi everybody, it's Todd Summers, and welcome to Talk365 TV's Classic Movie Minute. I've got a fantastic movie for you that I'm going to recommend from 1946. This movie won 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. The Best Years of Our Lives. It's a post-World War II film directed by William Wyler, who was known for taking upwards of 90 takes. It would drive his celebrities and his movie stars crazy. And I think, in fact, he did a movie with Frank Sinatra, and Frank would get mad because Frank was a one-take guy. So the cast includes Dana Andrews, Myrna Loy, who's one of my favorites, Frederick March, and Virginia Mayo. And it really kind of takes a look at how the soldiers that were returning from World War II, how they were treated and how they felt. And it's a fantastic, heart-wrenching movie, and I hope you enjoy it. From 1946, here's The Best Years of Our Lives. Now you can catch this movie on all of your favorite digital platforms. They all have it. This is a great movie. Enjoy it.
Are you between the ages of 50 and 75? If so, does your auto insurance payment reflect that you drive less now than you did 20 years ago? When was the last time you checked for a lower rate? With one call, the Senior Auto Insurance Helpline will help you shop several large A-rated auto insurers for the cheapest rates and the best coverage with plans as low as $9 a week. Find out how much you could be saving. Get a free quote now.
Call 1-800-934-9052.
Hey everyone, I'm Holly Love, and I am here at the Certified Hypnotherapy Training School with my good friend Dennis Parker. Dennis, I have 3 questions for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 1, when do classes start?
A person can start with the online portion of the training anytime and then come into the live classroom trainings as we have them scheduled.
Who's signing up and why?
We have people who sign up to be certified clinical hypnotherapists who want to have those clinical skills to be able to affect behavioral modification. We have people who are executives, managers, or who want to have other career enhancements. And we also have grandparents and parents who want to know how to work with their own children and family.
Number 3, what happens if people mention that they saw us on Talk365?
We're offering a $200 textbook and CD package as part of their full registration.
All of this information and more is available on the website. Log on and change your life today. Enroll now. Classes start soon.
Talk365TV Talking Wellness is brought to you by BodyRenu with wellness team expert Dr. Brian Rodgers. And welcome back to the show. Something that I heard the other day from a physician saying that the kids who are born now, 50% can make it to the age of 95.
Oh, wow. So we've just upped the age level.
We have, but we want to look good while we're doing it.
We do want to look good. Well, not only look good, but I mean, feel good, look good, all of the above sort of go hand in hand. And Dr. Rodgers at BodyRenu, he has been on our wellness team from the very beginning. I met him, and I'll tell you more about that, basically by getting pellet therapy, which is key to hormone replacement therapy because of its anti-aging. It's like a vitamin for your body. It pretty much helps you prevent all kinds of diseases, but he truly has become, with his team of experts, an anti-aging and regenerative medicine clinic.
And so we've got a great doctor who can do that. We've got TOSH, which can put new hips, knees, and shoulders in. You've got this is a winning combination. People are going to vacation in Utah just to get new body parts.
I think you all should, and you should start at BodyRenu. So here, check this out.
Talk365 TV's Talking Wellness is brought to you by BodyRenu with wellness team expert Dr. Brian Rodgers.
Hey everybody, I'm Holly Love and welcome to our Talking Wellness series. Today I am super excited to announce that we are back with one of our OG wellness team members, Dr. Brian Rodgers from BodyRenu. Hi, Dr. Rodgers.
Hey Holly, how are you doing?
We are doing so good, and we are so excited to be here because you've had a lot going on since we've seen you last. You are in a beautiful brand new location here in Bountiful, Utah. You have new products, new procedures that you offer. You have a new team of specialists here at BodyRenu. We are definitely going to be talking about bioidentical hormone pellet therapy, which is how I came to meet you 5 years ago. But before we get to it, let's talk about everything that's been going on since we saw you last.
Okay. Well, we do a lot of things here at BodyRenu. First and foremost, we do functional medicine. That's looking at the root cause of disease and trying to find out specifically for each individual patient why things are not working so well with their health. We can help with their gut, with stress, adrenal glands, thyroid, hormones. We also can do Botox and fillers. We have that going on. We have a great new machine called SoftWave that treats pain. It treats erectile dysfunction. It also treats vaginal dysfunction. We have a cool machine called the Morpheus 8. It does fine needling with radio frequency that helps build collagen underneath the skin, can treat wrinkles, the stuff in the neck that people don't like getting, cellulite, and other things. So we've got a lot going on here.
You guys really have become a leader in anti-aging and regenerative medicine.
Absolutely.
I love it. Well, I want to dive in on bioidentical hormone pellet therapy because that's something that you've specialized in, and you are one of the only ones in the state that offers this type of bioidentical hormone therapy. So let's start out with, what are some of the reasons that people have the pellet therapy and why do they come in and need it?
Well, as we age, our hormone levels go down. And the hormone pellets are testosterone and estrogen. And so as our testosterone or estrogen levels go down, we may have increased brain fog. Well, signs of this are we may not remember where we parked our car, we may not know where our car keys are, or we are looking for our phone. We might forget names of people we should know their names, like our children or our friends. We may have lack of motivation, sometimes increased depression. We'll have fatigue and tiredness. We'll lose muscle mass, we'll lose strength. It's harder to get up out of a chair or harder to get out of our car. We'll increase our fat mass. We'll lose sexual function or desire. We'll also have insomnia. All these are signs of lowering hormone levels.
Well, for me, I started noticing in my early 20s that I was having night sweats and panic attacks. And so my first round of doctors threw me on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication, which only made things worse because that wasn't the problem. Then I found doctors that were doing creams and pills at a compounding pharmacy, and that did help. But it wasn't until I found the pellets, which was key for me. Let's dive in and talk about what this is, why you want the pellet versus all the other stuff out there.
Well, first of all, the most important thing with hormones is you want to balance hormones. Not just the sex hormones, but thyroid, adrenal, and all the hormones. And you want kind of a smooth, steady state so that they're balanced. You feel better, that anxiety siren goes away when all the hormones are balanced. So it's really important that we do laboratory testing, get a good health history, but we balance those hormones. When you use pills, you have good hours and bad hours. When you use gels and creams, you have good hours and bad hours. When you use shots, you have good days and bad days. With the hormone pellets, they last for months. So your levels stay great for a long time. When your hormone level starts to drop, you insert more hormone pellets, those pellets completely dissolve, so there's nothing to take out later. And it keeps you on a good, even keel. It keeps your hormone levels balanced.
And your body only absorbs what it needs.
Absolutely.
As you're going through the 3 months, 4 months, guys can go a little bit longer in between their treatments,
Well,
typically.
Typically women are every 3 to 4 months, men are every 5 to 6 months. However, men or women could be anywhere from that 3 to 6 months.
Now, how often do you need to have the blood work done to test and see?
Obviously, we check the blood work before we do any hormone therapy just to make sure that that's the problem. I don't want to treat a problem that's not there.
Of course.
And we check that, and then about 5 weeks after the hormone pellets are inserted, we check the labs again to make sure everything's balanced and safe. Then if everything's doing good, we typically check once a year. If there are problems, if things are too high or too low, obviously we'll check labs again to make sure everything is okay.
How much is the thyroid and your adrenal fatigue play a part in hormone problems?
Oh, it's essential. You have to look at the thyroid. You have to pay attention to the adrenals if you're going to do hormone therapy. One good thing, because of how our body works, if we have enough estrogen, testosterone, it often supports the adrenals. But sometimes you do need to do additional adrenal treatment with this.
Is it pretty common for someone who has a low thyroid to then be someone who could be suffering with hormone imbalance?
To be quite honest, with all the toxins we have in our environment, I'm seeing far more and more thyroid problems than I did when I first started practicing medicine. We're seeing more pollution in the air, more in the water, but the biggest toxin that we're seeing in the last several years is stress. More stress and anxiety, it's a toxin, it messes with our hormone function, especially our thyroids.
What I love about what you do here along the lines of thyroid as well is Hashimoto's is such a term that nobody could even say, let alone knew what it meant, so it goes right along with what you're saying. In the last few years, more and more people are finding that this has been their problem, and that's something you specialize in here as well, and it contributes to the hormone imbalance.
We deal with our functional medicine programs. We can deal with Hashimoto's and other autoimmune diseases, other inflammatory diseases, and yeah, absolutely, you gotta look for the root cause. Often those diseases start in the gut, and we have to fix the gut, reduce the inflammation, regulate the immune system, and help these people out, absolutely.
Which is a lot of what people experience when they come here, because you do a plan that is directed by you, and then you implement health coaches and a whole process of getting well that includes supplements, medical diets. How does that work for someone coming in from the holistic approach?
Okay, if we're working on our functional medicine beyond hormone replacement, what they would do is come in and they would have a consult with me, and we'd discuss their health history. We have a test to kind of tell me how sick or well they are. So many people go into the physician's office, they feel horrible, but they look like they're young and healthy and there's nothing wrong. You looked that way when you first saw me, but there was a lot wrong.
Right.
Well, we fixed it.
You knew the truth pretty quick.
Exactly. And so we've got a test that tells us this person's got something more going on that we need to help. And we order some laboratory tests, and then they come back and we make a treatment plan. We focus in on what their problems are. It's a very individualized plan. And yes, I design the plan, the health coach drives the plan. We use medical foods, we use supplements, we use lifestyle changes, exercise, diet, all kinds of things, not just to help them during the time that they're here in my office, but make changes for life so that they have health for life. For example, I have patients I see that have anxiety. Anxiety is so prevalent right now. And I have a supplement that is really good for a certain type of anxiety. I have a patient last week who just said, hey, this works way better than my Xanax.
Wow.
And it doesn't make them sleepy
A natural
or groggy.
supplement.
Natural.
One more thing before we go, I want to talk about guys, because I am most excited about this round that we are going to be doing some coverage, because this is going to be our producer Andy's turn to get followed on his journey to bioidentical hormone therapy. Now, I know that he needs this. I don't know his blood work, but I know from how tired he is. And here's the thing about dudes. You guys are so good at just keeping it together and trudging along. And it's for guys, it's usually a nice slow slide. And so it's almost like they don't notice, whereas females, we're so used to constant fluctuation. And we're also very used to talking about it because we have lots of doctor appointments that address
Us guys don't talk about it.
No, it's not really welcome. And so for guys, I mean, if you are just not feeling like yourself, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you're someone who is a self-starter normally, and you're all of a sudden feeling like, oh my gosh, I just can't do it. Honestly, get in here and get your hormone consultation, get your blood work done, have this chat with him, because you will have a new life. It will blow your mind how quickly you will feel the change. Now, let's talk about the advantages, because we're talking preventative medicine here. If you need one more excuse, let's talk about what this does to prevent in the whole anti-aging side of things.
Well, the prevention, this can reduces your risk for Alzheimer's disease, osteoporosis. It reduces your risk for heart disease and stroke. It helps reduce diabetes. The higher your blood sugar is, the lower your testosterone level is, and vice versa. It helps with skin. There's estrogen in wrinkle creams, but you don't need those types of creams if you're doing the hormone replacement therapy. It does so many things in preventing.
So basically, when you age and you start losing all of this good stuff that makes you feel great, you start becoming more susceptible to those types of diseases. You have me at Alzheimer's, because I don't think anybody wants to be faced with that. And I know osteoporosis, if it runs in your family, you want to be looking into it. Moral being, at the end of the day, beyond feeling great, you know you're doing something good for your body. It's like a vitamin. It's like taking a preventative vitamin for the future. Again, going back to that anti-aging and regenerative medicine, how amazing it is, and the advancements and how far you guys have come. It's so incredible. Now, for a limited time, if you mention Talk365TV and you sign up for a hormone consultation, you will get 50% off the consultation, which is huge. So let's talk about what that process is and what it's going to take for them to get in here.
Well, they either need to give us a telephone call or look at our website and talk to our receptionist. They will get you all scheduled. You'll sit down with me and we'll meet for about a half hour and decide what labs we need to order. Then we'll make another appointment to talk about those labs and talk about a treatment program.
Now, new location. Let's talk about where you're at.
Yes, we're here in Bonneville on 400 North, just across from the South Davis Rec Center.
Well, Dr. Rodgers, I am just so excited to be back here with you and follow Andy along his journey. I can't wait to see how producer Andy does. But in the meantime, let's start with the bioidentical hormone pellet therapy. Get in here for your hormone consultation. Dr. Rodgers, thank you so much again for your time.
Oh, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Everybody, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Talk365TV right after this.
Let's get ready for home appliance repair.
George, we have Choice Home Warranty. Oh yeah, with Choice Home Warranty, we don't have to fight expensive repair bills. Hi, George Foreman here, and if you're a homeowner, stop getting sucker punched by the high cost of home repairs. Choice Home Warranty can protect over 25 of your home's major systems and appliances.
For about $1 a day.
And if their army of expert technicians can't fix it, they'll replace it.
You could save thousands.
You never have to worry about getting ripped off or scramble for trusted repairmen. Choice Home Warranty has a proven record 1,000,000 times over. So when your heater, oven, or fridge throw in the towel, call Choice Home Warranty, and for about $1 a day, never pay for covered home repairs again.
Call right now for your free quote, and we'll include your first month free. Call 800-338-0462, 800-338-0462.
Talk365 TV is proud to announce their new studio home, Ignite Studios, for all your video needs. And welcome back to the show. That's Holly Love. I'm Trip Mitchell. And, you know, it's funny when you all of a sudden do stuff, you know, in my case, the new hip, knee, and shoulder. Mm-hmm. It really is, it's a life changer. And that technology has only come through in the last 10 or 15 years where it's relatively easy. They should give you a sticker, you know, when you have a new hip, so anyone asks you for help moving,
right? You just can immediately point to the sticker.
Yeah, and say, no, I just have a new joint. Can you imagine being a mover for a living?
I think that would break you into never wanting to do it again.
It was funny, when Whit and I were down in Vegas, we had a couple of the girls who worked for the building department needed to move. So all the everyone helped. Because these, first of all, Lucy and Lisa were wonderful, a lot of fun. But the guys, we would come up and the truck would be like sitting in front. And we'd put all the stuff in there, and it was estimated with guys doing the loading that it would take 43 loads. And then 2 architects came and actually designed the load so we could do it in one load.
Tetris.
Yeah, it is so funny to see people who can think like that.
Right.
And just load up a truck perfectly, and there's not any extra. Yeah, there is nothing worse than moving.
If you've had to move a lot in life, it's not fun to move.
Well, the embarrassing story, I've told it once before, but I will relive it. When I went down, first of all, my wife has a beautiful home, and we're getting another home, and I said, my stuff that's in storage will be perfect. And my sister happened to be having dinner with us, and she looked at me and said, no. So cut down 2 years later, I go down and pick up my storage. I lift the garage door up, and I think of all this beautiful furniture, and I'm looking at it and said, who stole my furniture and put that garbage in there? I had to bribe the guy at Goodwill to take it.
Oh, we sort of did that with the couch, and then we ended up at the dump.
And now they don't take beds anymore.
Yeah,
and
they don't take anything.
You know, the old first big screens TVs that weigh about 500 pounds.
Oh, I had one
They
of
won't
those.
take those either.
Yeah, you just got to trash those.
So,
even if they work, just get rid of them. They're not going anywhere.
It's a tough time out there, but gosh, when you move a TV now, they weigh 4 pounds.
They're so light. They're like super, super light, super big. They're just getting bigger too for cheaper.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like $3,000 to like have a screen as big as this. That's a TV.
You can get them for less than that if you get
Probably on sale, right? With a rebate and a Best Buy.
Wish. Hey, who did we talk about today?
We've been talking about Dr. Rodgers from BodyRenu, so get in there, you guys. We're so excited to see what happens with Andy's journey. My mom is going to go. Get in there, mention Talk365TV, and you'll get that 50% off your consultation. It's a phenomenal offer. Definitely take advantage of it. And then we were also talking little movies about Todd Summers, his classic movie picks, so check out those and any of the movies we recommend, or tell us yours. We'd love to hear from you on social media. Tell us what you like.
We want to thank Silvia, as usual, doing a great job. For Holly, I'm Trip. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.